is a video demo for the instruction how to migrate Longhorn chart installed in the old Rancher UI to the new chart in the new Rancher UI. So as you so the scenario over here is, in the past you have an older Rancher installation 2.5.x. For example, on the left screen right here I have the Rancher 2.5.10 is running, and this Rancher instance was managing a few downstream cluster. So for example, I have my old Rancher instance over here, and my Rancher 2.5.10 over here is managing three clusters. The first cluster is a local cluster, which is where the Rancher server is running on, and I also have two additional downstream clusters, the cluster 178 and 179. Inside the cluster, inside one of the downstream clusters, the cluster 178, I already installed Longhorn. And then now you upgraded Rancher to a newer version. So let me quickly upgrade this Rancher 2.5.10 to the newer version. So the step to upgrade Rancher 2.5.10 to a newer version using Docker is, the first step is stop the current Docker container, and then create a Rancher data container from that Docker container. After that, start a new container with a new Rancher image, and then with the volume is the one that we created in the previous step. So let's hit this one, let's hit this command to upgrade Rancher from 2.5.10 to the newer version 2.6.4. Let's wait a little bit for the new Rancher version to come up. Now that the new Rancher server is fully upgraded, we can see that Rancher is upgraded to the version 2.6.4 over here, and the downstream cluster are all reconnected. Let's go to the cluster 178, in which we have the old Longhorn installation. So at this moment you can still access the old Longhorn installation inside the legacy section. So the way that you can find it is inside the legacy section. You go to the project, and then on the drop down over here you select the name of the project that you install Longhorn in the old Rancher UI. In my case, I install in the project storage. So you can see over here you can still find the old Longhorn installation. There is another Longhorn chart in the new UI. So in the new UI we have the new section called App and Marketplace, and if you go to the chart over here you can find another Longhorn chart. Okay, so because the Longhorn chart inside the old Rancher UI, inside the legacy section over here, is being deprecated. So this Longhorn chart is this Rancher UI legacy section is being deprecated, and Longhorn team is planning to stop releasing new Longhorn version inside this old Rancher catalog UI. So Longhorn, in the future, Longhorn not gonna release a new version inside this UI anymore. you might want to do this migration to migrate this Longhorn installation to the newer installation inside the app and marketplace over here. So let's go ahead and move on to the prerequisite. Like before, the prerequisite for the migration is the Longhorn version has to be 1.2.x and or Longhorn 1.3.x. The rancher has to be 2.6.3 or newer, and you have to install this kubectl get all command on the local machine. And then the last requirement is you need to download this script. So let me quickly download this script to my local machine. So we have the script here. Let's change the mode to execute. Okay, let's move on to the next step. So the first step inside the migration process is you have to disable the concurrent automatic engine, and you have to disable the setting concurrent automatic engine upgrade per node limit. You need to set it to 0 to disable the auto engine upgrade. And then you can do that inside the Longhorn UI. Go to the setting, go to the general, and then scroll down, find the concurrent automate engine upgrade per node limit over here, and make sure that this value is 0. The reason that we have to set that setting to 0 is because the migration process can involve updating the engine image to a newer one that has identical git commit as current running image, but with a different tag. If we don't disable this setting, upgrading the engine image for volume in this case will cause the volume to stuck in upgrading. So make sure that this one is disabled first. Next step, we need to download 2 kubectl file. The first kubectl file is the upstream, the kubectl file of the upstream cluster, which is the cluster where rancher server is running on. In my case, it is this local cluster. So let's go ahead and download the kubectl file for this one. We have it here. And the second kubectl file we need to download is the kubectl file for the downstream cluster in which the Longhorn installation is running on, and we want to migrate that instance to the new Longhorn chart. So in my case, it is a cluster 178. So let's go ahead and download this kubectl file, save it. We have it here. Move to the next step. We need to run the script with the flag type equal migrate rancher chart migration, and then we're gonna pass the flag type equal migrate, and then we're gonna specify the upstream kubectl file under the flag -u. So in my case, it is home kubectl Cooper and the local -YAML file. And the next flag we need to specify is the flag for the downstream cluster, which is holding the Longhorn installation that we want to migrate. In my cluster, it is the home Peterly Cook, and then the cluster fan 178, that's Jamo. And just hit enter. Oops, having some problem here. Okay, so we finish the third step, which is running the migration script to modify the annotation, to update the annotation and the label for the resources. As you can see over here, we have the instruction for the next step. The next step is go to the Rancher UI, go to the downstream cluster, and go to the app and marketplace. So let's go to the downstream cluster 178, go to the app and marketplace, go to the chart, select the Longhorn chart, and then select the version that is corresponding to the to my current Longhorn version, which is 1.2.3, which is this version. So we're gonna select this one and select install, and then we can install the chart with the correct ham values of the old chart. So this is the ham value for of the old Longhorn chart. If you customize any ham value inside the old ham chart, you can click on customize ham option over here and specify the same ham value for this installation. In my case, I didn't customize any ham value, so I'm gonna skip this button customize ham option before install, and just click install. Wait a little bit for the new Longhorn installation to finish. Okay, so it looks like it is successful over here. Let's wait a little bit for all the pod become running. We can check the status by going to the workload and by going to the pod over here, select the Longhorn system, still upgrading. Okay, it looked like everything is upgraded. Let's check the Longhorn UI to see if we have some new. Okay, Longhorn UI is looking fine. The volume are still running okay. Just a heads up, even though you see the notification about the upgrading engine for the volume over here, do not upgrade it because the new engine over here is having identical git commit as the old engine, which is running inside the cluster. Therefore, uh, do not upgrade it, because if you upgrade it, it cannot be stuck because it has an identical git commit. So let's verify that everything is looking okay by quickly scale up and scale down the workload to see if everything is running fine. So scale down the workload, detach the volume. Scale up the workload should attach the volume. And the volume become healthy. Yeah, so everything is seem to be running okay here. So now we finish the fourth step and the fifth step. We are at the sixth step. At this point, the chart is migrated, and you can find it under the app and marketplace, and then under the install apps. However, you might notice that you can still see the old Longhorn installation under the legacy section. So if you go to the legacy and you go to app, you can still find the old Longhorn installation over here. And if you want to remove this Longhorn installation inside the legacy section, we can move to the next step, the steps 7. To remove the legacy chart, to remove the chart from the legacy section, we can run the script, the migration script again with the new flag, type equals cleanup. Remember that do not remove the app from the legacy section by using the UI click edit over here. So do not do that. If you do that, Rancher gonna remove the resources of the new Longhorn installation under the app and marketplace. So do not delete the old chart by clicking on the delete button over here. The correct way to delete this Longhorn chart is using the migration script. So we're gonna run the migration script again, but this time we're gonna specify the flag cleanup instead of migrate. Okay, so as you can see, the old chart is removed, and now we only have the new chart under the app and marketplace, and the migration is fully completed. So we have some special note over here. The first note is at this moment Sorry, my graphic is pretty laggy at this moment, even though the Longhorn UI is showing upgrading engine over here. Sorry, my graphic is a little bit laggy. Now at this moment, even though Longhorn is showing upgrading engine image available over here, do not upgrade because uh, the engine image, the new engine image is having as an identical git commit as a new as the existing engine image inside the cluster, so do not upgrade over here. The second note is at this point you can at this point if you want to upgrade Longhorn to a newer version, you can just use the chart inside the app and marketplace UI over here to manage and upgrade Longhorn in the future. So you can use this UI to upgrade Longhorn from the current version, which is 1.2.3, to the newer version, which is let's say I want to upgrade it to 1.2.4. I can simply upgrade it using the new UI over here. That refresh Longhorn UI. Okay, look like we have successfully upgraded to Longhorn 1.2.4, and quickly check the workload to make sure that everything is fully upgraded. So let's wait a little bit for all the new pod become running. Okay, so all the new pod become running, and that reload the Longhorn UI again. Okay, so at this moment you can go ahead and upgrade the engine image, because they have different git commit now. So you can see that the current image is 1.2.3 and the newer image has 1.2.4 tab. So you can definitely click and upgrade the engine image to the newer version. So the engine image is upgraded, and if you don't want to upgrade the engine image manually, you can enable the setting can enable the setting concurrent automatic engine upgrade per node limit. If you set this setting to a different value, Longhorn gonna try to upgrade the engine image automatically for you. And so that is everything for this migration process, and thank you for listening.